Well, I was going to say we've had the good, the bad, and the ugly. We've had the good, the better, but now we've definitely got the ugly because it's DRS125 time. 12 drivers, led by the defending and soon-to-be crowned, successfully defended title winner Sam Faulkner in kart number 1. He starts posing, but what a surprise in qualifying. Well, surprise to some, not a surprise to him. Mark Lawrence, the leading Grand Master in kart 230. He starts on the outside of row number 1 on this 12 kart grid. Can anybody stop the Sam Faulkner victory, the Sam Faulkner title train here at Hooton Park? Well, ironically, Sam hasn't won a final since the 4th round of the championship at Wilton Mill. He won the opening 2 rounds. In fact, he took a clean sweep in the opening round of the series and then a final win in round 2. Didn't win in round 3. That was Richard Evans won at round 3 in Shellington. Round 4, Faulkner was back to winning ways. Round 5 up at Rowra, it was Ty Stansfield who was atop of the podium. Round 6 at Fullbeck, it was James Lay. And round 7, last time out at Landau, it was Patrick Lay. Neither James Lay nor Patrick Lay are here today. The point standings, it is Faulkner comfortably in front of Matthew Pearce. Pearce, though, 1,784 points in kart number 4, runs second. Third of the point standings is Ty Stansfield at 769. So it's a head-to-head fight between Pearce and Stansfield for second. It's then a scrap between Morgan Cole, Daniel Walden, and Zach Parkinson for fifth in the championship. James Lay, 4th in the standings, not present this weekend. So, what have we got? 8 minutes plus 1 lap to decide the DRS125 heat race. The race due to start imminently. Then there'll be a very brief break for lunch this afternoon, beginning at 1:25 local time. The Daniel Ricciardo series will be back underway with the pre-Grand Prix in each class, and then starting at 2:40 local time, it will be the start of the Federation Cups for DRS62 and DRS100, and then the Grand Prix races themselves, starting at 3:10 local time. You are watching the Alpha Live stream here at round 8 of the 2019 Daniel Ricciardo Series at Hooton Park in Cheshire. Please go to the Daniel Ricciardo Series Facebook page and YouTube channel, the Alpha Live website, www.alphalive.co.uk, and the Alpha Live Facebook page and YouTube channel for all your Daniel Ricciardo Series viewing needs. Engines are fired. Out onto the circuit we go. This is the heat in DRS125. Starting grid as follows. Pole position, Sam Faulkner in kart number 1, and alongside Sam, number 230, Scotland's Mark Lawrence. Morgan Cole in kart number 302, and Tyrone Stansfield in kart 6 start on row number 2. Zach Parkinson in kart 301, and number 4, Matthew Pearce. They share row number 3. Daniel Walden in kart 7, and David Darling in kart 285 starts in position number 8. Final 2 rows of the grid, Oliver Mouge in kart number 297, and Dave Burns in kart 197, Corey Allain in kart 308, and Will Checkley in kart 240 round out the list of starters. They're on their second rolling lap. Sam Faulkner will fairly soon bring the field into his control. 6 rows of 2, 12 drivers, 8 minutes plus a lap around this 900-metre, 7-turn Hooton Park circuit. Into turn number 7. Do we have a start this time by? No, we don't. into turn number 3 on a third rolling lap. Now, the main aim of the game here is to play a game called hide and seek. So Faulkner will try and run away and hide, and everybody else will try and hunt him down to find him. Because Faulkner was over half a second ahead of everybody else in timed qualifying, the youngster from Bromsgrove in the number 1 kart into turn number 7. Now, can Mark Lawrence get across and maintain his second place? They come into the tram lines. Lights are out. We're off and racing. It's a good start from Faulkner. Lawrence on the outside. Will slot into second. No, he won't, because Morgan Cole goes through into P2. Zach Parkinson at the P3. Dan Walden looks to the inside of Lawrence for P4. Lawrence getting squeezed wide. And here comes the move. Well, Morgan Cole's going to say it's now or never. If we don't get Faulkner locked into a battle early on, then the number 1 kart is just going to say mirror signal maneuver. Ta-da, boys. Off I go. So Cole has got to be aggressive in the early stages. Into turn number 7, Faulkner leads as they come out to complete lap number 1 there. There's number 4 kart of Matthew Pearce trying to pick up a position there. Here comes Morgan Cole from the People's Republic of Tyne-and-Wear up there in the north. But no, Cole staying. This is a good aggressive start from Morgan Cole, however. Now, will he move to the inside going to turn number 3? Not quite yet. Around turn 3 we go. Still Faulkner leads. Morgan Cole hassling him for all he's worth at the moment. Parkinson in 3rd place, waiting to pick up any pieces that might fall his way. What can Morgan Cole do? Into the S's we go. Under braking for turn number 7. Faulkner has withstood the opening salvos, so to speak, the 19-year-old from Bromsgrove. And you can see now as we start lap number 3, Cole is not quite close enough to make a lunge unless he's going to do it under braking here. But of course, the more that Faulkner gets into his rhythm, Cole is going to be under more and more pressure to make that desperation move. However, just by following in Faulkner's wheel tracks, Cole is pulling away from Parkinson in 3rd, Pearce in 4th, Walden in 5th, Lawrence in 6th, Ty Stansfield down in 7th, Mooj in 8th, Elaine 9th, Checkley 10th, then Darling and Burns. See there. Cole through turn number 2. Representing the People's Republic of Tyne-and-Wear. Once again, Morgan Cole follows in Sam Faulkner with a little bit of tyre smoke as Cole locks up the brakes, but the fight now is not so much for the battle for the lead, it's more so a case of Cole staying with the leader and thinking, right, how far away from 3rd place can I get? Further back, Parkinson in kart number 301, holding off Pearce for 3rd place. Pearce in kart number 4. He is Faulkner's closest title rival, and he is trying to stay ahead as Ty Stansfield in the point standing. So the number 4 of Pearce and the number 6 of Stansfield, who's not in this shot because he's a little bit further back. That's the battle for second in the point standings. Zach Parkinson at the moment has P3. It's Pearce in kart 4 in P4, and Walden in kart 7 is P5. Now Walden is trying to wrestle 5th position in the point standings away from Morgan Cole, but Cole is having a really, really strong opening segment to this race. Sam Faulkner not getting away. Pearce is looking particularly aggressive now behind Parkinson. Is Matthew Pearce going to duck out the inside going into turn number 1 at the start of this lap to take 3rd place? No, but he's in a position, maybe into turn number 3 now. We're going to see Matthew Pearce make a move. He is sat right, if he gets any closer, he's going to be sat in Parkinson's seat. There's the move into turn number 3. And he picks up 3rd position. So good clean move there from Matthew Pearce. Now can Parkinson fight back? Daniel Walden is there in 5th position as well, waiting in kart number 7. Then it is Tyrone Stansfield in kart number 6, all on his own in 6th position. Lawrence and Oliver Mooj fighting over 7th place. Going to gap back to Elaine in 9th, Checkley in 10th, Darling and Burns round out the rest of the field. But there's the 30-year-old driver from Sunbury Park, Matthew Pearce, who has 3rd position at the moment. Out of turn number 3, Parkinson gets alongside him. So this is a mirror image of the last lap by, and this time Daniel Walden also makes his way through, but then can't get the number 7 car, slowed down in the apex, and Pearce does the crossover move to make sure he only loses one position. So Pierce now back to 4th place, could have been a little bit worse, could have dropped to 5th, and Ty Stansfield closing in behind them in kart number 6. All the while, Sam Faulkner is now eking away ever so slightly. The gap back to Morgan Cole has grown to 0.6 of a second. Well, Cole tried everything he could at the start of the race, but couldn't quite make it past Faulkner, and now Faulkner is just easing away. However, for Morgan Cole, significantly, the gap between himself and Zach Parkinson in 3rd place is 1.5 seconds. Through turn number 4. Here's the battle between Lawrence in kart 230 and Mouge in kart number 297. That is for 7th position. You can see behind them in number 308 is Corey Elaine in 8th position. Here's the scrap. Across the line they go. We've got just over 2.5 minutes remaining. Mark Lawrence is hanging on for 7th position at the moment. Stansfield has caught Walden for 5th. So, Ty Stansfield in kart number 6 is in 6th position. Dan Walden in kart number 7 is running in 5th place into turn number 4. Hard on the brakes there for turn number 5. Now, letting the kart run out. No one using all the curb on the exit of turn number 5. And there's a move from Pierce at the inside of Parkinson at turn number 7. Parkinson on the outside line though hangs on, has more momentum, and down the main straight towards turn number 1 we go. Parkinson still hanging on, but that means that they're not closing in on Morgan Cole anymore. So Morgan Cole gets a breather in front of them in 2nd position, and coming into play will be Walden in the number 7 kart and the number 6 of Stansfield. So we could have a 4-kart scrap for 3rd place anytime soon. Faulkner still leads, Cole still 2nd. This battle on screen is 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. Through the S's, down towards turn 7. Ty Stansfield from Braintree, 16 years old, closing in on Dan Walden for 5th position. Parkinson locks up slightly in the braking for turn number 3, runs a little bit wide. That opens the door for Pierce. Now, Pierce gets alongside Parkinson, but it'll be on the wrong side of the track for turn number 4. Has to duck back in. There's no time to dive up the inside going into turn number 5. It's single file through there. And now through the S's. And does he make the move? Oh, there's a lunge. Good move there from Matthew Pierce, and Dan Walden capitalises. Walden squeezes Parkinson like a zit coming out of turn number 7. And Parkinson has to take to the grass, and Parkinson falls back into 5th position. Up at the front, it's still Faulkner and Cole. Now it is Pierce 3rd. Here comes Walden to the inside for 3rd place at turn number 3. Walden makes the move. It's Pierce on the outside, and Parkinson goes through into 4th, and up into 5th goes Stansfield. Walden just on the outside line. There's a little bit less grip, and he was understeered and lost 3 places for the price of 1. So now Dan Walden's turn to take over P3. Can he hold off Matthew Pierce? Can he hold off Zach Parkinson, rather? Because Parkinson, Stansfield and Pierce running 4th, 5th and 6th as you were. Turn number 3. The time ticks down. Soon we will be at 0. The next time by, the leader will start their last lap. Into the S's. Still Walden leading Parkinson, Stansfield and Pierce. Last lap board goes out for Faulkner, for Cole. Walden head down. Has one more 900-metre lap to try and hold off Parkinson, Stansfield and Pierce. Through turn number 1 we go. Into turn number 2. Faulkner, well, it hasn't exactly been a stroll in the park, but Faulkner withstood the early pressure from Morgan Cole and has now been able to control the pace nicely at the front of the field. Cole, well, he came out. Oh, and behind them there's a battle for 3rd, and Parkinson scrambling up the inside going into turn number 5, runs wide. Now he's holding on. The checkered flag is out for Sam Faulkner to take the win. Cole 2nd, and it's going to be Parkinson in 3rd. From Walden in 4th, Stansfield 5th, Pierce slips back to 6th. Lawrence will take 7th ahead of Mouge in 8th. Elaine in 9th. Will Checkley will come home in 10th position. Wait for Will Checkley to cross the line. There goes Will. Out of David Darling. In fact, Elaine passing Mouge there right at the end. So Corey Elaine moves into a Very well deserved 8th position there. But Sam Faulkner, well, Morgan Cole came out of that one, elbows out, head down, scrabbling away. But Faulkner was able to withstand the pressure and then serenely move away as Cole settled into a strong second place. The battle for third was on for young and old all the way through that one. It eventually falls the way of Zach Parkinson by a whisker over Daniel Walden, with Ty Stansfield and Matthew Pearce rounding out the top 6. And, ooh, look at that coming in. Who is that? Having a little look down. That is the... couldn't quite grab the number there, possibly the number 302. The Colin Chapman way of doing things. Bolt it together just for the race distance, and then as soon as it crosses the line, takes the checker flag, hopefully in a winning position, let it fall to pieces. But so the heats conclude this morning, ladies and gentlemen. That has been the morning's action here at Hooton Park in Ellesmere Port for the 8th and final round of the Daniel Ricciardo series. We will be back on track at 25 minutes past 1 in just 25 minutes time, so the live stream will return in just over 20 minutes time for the pre-Grand Prix in DRS62, then DRS100, and finally DRS125 this afternoon, the final afternoon of the 2019 season at Hooton Park will be coming up very shortly. Don't go away.